In 2007, there was no ticker tape parade, no mobs cheering in the streets.
I guess there was a big lack of much of anything.
No one cared. I think there was like a little blurb in the newspaper.
The Kansas City Roller Warriors won the national championship 2 years ago. There were no trips to Disneyland.
It was just kind of like back to normal, like it didn't really even happen.
It's kind of hard to have won a national title and the excitement of that, and then have to go back to your everyday life. That was difficult.
In 2008, the Roller Warriors entered the regional season as the #1 team in the nation, but suffered a first-round loss to Duke City from Albuquerque, thus ending any defense of their national title.
They were supposed to be kind of an unknown, easy team, kind of like we were in 2007. No one took us seriously. So I think we went into it underestimating them.
We just dropped it.
What happens to a team that falls from the top in a sport already struggling for respect?
I think people were generally quiet towards us. They really didn't know what to say. You know, it's kind of like when your dog dies.
There are only 7 players left on a roster of 20 that won the national title 2 years ago.
But a lot of people have doubts that we can come back.
I think that a lot of people this year, at the beginning of the season, didn't take us seriously because of what happened last year. And I think slowly but surely we began to prove ourselves again that we should be taken seriously.
With new players comes a renewed spirit and a dedication to hard work. But just how hard are they working?
Pretty effing hard.
Our coaches are making sure to make us leave practice crawling out the door.
Once you make an offensive block, hold it!
Last year, we didn't have the opportunity to go to nationals. We just thought of regionals as just this easy step, so we were not working our hardest at that point. Now we're in full training mode, ready to go to nationals.
The only time you're going to slow down is in order to gain control of the pack. Right now, we're slowing down and behind everybody.
We were not going to let what happened happen last year.
And they didn't. This year at regionals, Kansas City dominated their first 2 games, securing a spot in the national tournament.
It was a completely different team, and I think if you asked anybody that was on the team from last year to this year, they would all agree that it's different. We're hungry, we're ready, and we kind of felt like we had something to prove this year.
A major reason for that are 2 rookies, Track Rat and Bella Fire. Last year at this time, they weren't even playing roller derby, and now they're a major part of this team.
I actually was an artistic skater. I started when I was probably around 7 or 8. Did that until I was about 16. So I was the one in the pretty little dresses and skates and that good thing. So it's a little bit of a switch.
New girls and a new captain. Paul Balls is the captain and the leader of a new group of jammers that doesn't include a single familiar face from the Nationals run 2 years ago. The jammer lineup is the starting rotation in baseball and the running back and quarterback in football all rolled into one. Kansas City uses 4 to 5 jammers a game, and they're the only players on the floor scoring points. Replacing that entire group is tough.
It's stressful. You know, like in the beginning of the season, I was a little stressed out about it. But I mean, we have some of the best jammers. You know what I mean?
Our jammer lineup now is completely different from what it was even the beginning of this season. Right now, Strawberry Cutthroat and I are the only 2 jammers that were jammers at the beginning of this season. So I think that our jammer lineup now is overall probably the strongest it's ever been, even more so than 2007.
Roller derby is a young sport. The modern game was only invented in 2001. As strategies evolve, teams evolve. An example of the changing landscape is Denver, Kansas City's first-round opponent. 4-7 in 2008, the Mile High Club is 8-2 this year and ranked in the top 10 nationally.
They kind of woke up a little bit.
I think we have one advantage over them, and that is that we have beat them 4 times. And as someone who's played a team about 3 to 4 times and lost to them, there's definitely a mental block there.
They are a really different team, but I think we have a really good chance just as long as we play our game, get going right from the start, and keep our cool, which we're always really good at doing that.
4 games from a national title.
We want it bad. I want it bad. I want it real bad.